This is a poem based on really amazing time I had when I was about 18. Lived in Tanzania for close to a year. Used to have to take a hellish journey to where I was living. I'm back, so this is a little poem about that. It's called The Bus from Lugarawa. The smell of early morning is a smoky look down at the steaming mountains inside each one of these old German buses. There is only one. I'm almost alone. Bang on time at 3 a.m. We mean to depart the village. It's dark, of course. There is nothing of note anywhere in the world. When sleep makes automatic what once was wonderful. Best to be dreaming at 3 a.m. The engine takes cajoling before we can think. I always sit here in the death seat, strapped back, wedged in, with whichever bag I'm given. Today it's full of clothes. I saw eyesores, once fashionable, with holes in the armpits, stains like mapped-out lakes on thin cotton. Hats fill in the gaps. They're made of old jumpers, all home-bought hand-me-downs made in Bangladesh or some other wealthy wonder of the waking world. The noise of the engine, his dragon's purr, the croak of the kraken, a broken, monstrous burp, and then a whir, like a sewing machine. The roads are full of holes when it's dry. In the rainy season, this journey doubles in length. But today we'll get to town by 9 a.m. Even in Africa, it's cold at 3 a.m. Mouthy mountains breathe out slowly and silently while we wait. I know the driver. He loves football. That's all I know. I donated a poster to him. One of my heroes, Paul Dickov. The snarling and sniping in his eyes, celebrating. Looked like surprise. Takes pride in his place beside the president's president, Julius Nyerere. Is a treat to us, learning the lingo as we manipulate our mouths to fit in all those E's. Euphoria. The bus is moving, bang on 3:30 a.m, just as we thought. I've learned how to sleep through what's about to happen. Thudding drops, constant, like deep bass. Chicken. Cooked, clucking, and played by the driver with the edge of everything. My head is against the window, bouncing, like that pea-haunted princess, feeling every inch. There'll be post waiting for me at the other end, in that postbox opened once a month. More letters, full of cuttings and minutiae and love and once, laced in lust. That postbox is the first place I'll go at 9 a.m. So I pass those darkest hours, my head like a precarious egg. I'm sleeping. I'm not. I doze before each of the biggest dips, and by 5 a.m. I start to pretend I'm awake. I'm joined up front by this man, skin like too thick gravy, malleable, slow to regain its shape. His hair curls prodigiously grey. Hapana bwana, nzuri tu. And this repeats itself, until I learn about his father, his brother, his job, his farm, his mother, his children, his wife. Nzuri sana mzungu, nzuri sana. I learned some more engaging questions long ago, but at 5 a.m. the very basics will do. The sun isn't up, and beyond the hill, battered horizon, the first light turns dark blue into something like life. The greenery so thick it looks like the sea rolls in this part of Africa, like a sheet of pastry on a pie. The first children get on the bus. One of them is very sick. His body M-shaped across his father's arms. Resignation has fallen on this man, so that a medicine man trained abroad is now the only option. The witch doctor has failed. The little boy coughs pathetically, unaware of his parents' decision, their mistake, their unwitting blame. The death seat is still mine now. And that man and boy must get to the back, away from the driver, who believes it bad luck. It's 6 a.m. I feel like a submariner. The land has flattened and tea is everywhere, hoid into shape. Aisles pinstripe the fields, and already pickers, bags on bags, pop up like admirable armadillos. The driver has stopped drinking now. We're near policed roads. I get cravings too for pink wafer biscuits and orange juice, smooth from concentrate. Bus stops regularly, taking us and many more still to Njombe. Electricity will be a constant. Running water too, luxurious, clear liquid that needs just a drop of iodine. No bucket of boiled well water here. The red road is now fuller, less like Mars, and the holes are more easily avoided. There is a sad sign above the rear-view mirror that has been ignored since ever it arrived at Tanzania. It reads seated 40, standing 0, a thrashing. It's now 7 a.m. The journey seems as though it should be near its end. I try to sleep again. Like a baby with a new toy, I throw it away immediately. Each time we stop to add more weight, I see the same lumpen houses. Various hair saloons, smelt with 2 O's, chicken necks barbecued in the near distance, and half-burnt maize. Those tight bundles of bees get pushed through our windows on sticks. The roof of this bus arcs shallowly from side to side like a silo. Now it is 7 a.m. The metal begins to sink, with the weight strapped tightly, adding feet to our collective height. We teeter with collapse at every corner, every avoided pothole, every wobbly bicycle around which we skirt. I've forgotten what it is to travel quickly. In lugarawa, we men walk, often holding hands, as is the custom, so painfully slow at first. Later it becomes a comfort, that slow march, that parade along the solitary road, a red carpet of ancient powder. We are waving and talking and habari yakkoing to every man and woman we see. Mzungu, Mzungu, give me money. White noise from little black mouths. The children find me terrifying, exciting, even here at 7 a.m, much closer to the rest of the world. It's no exaggeration to say the sun suddenly is high. It flicks itself into the unblemished sky, and all the colours suddenly seem washed and filtered. An albino arrives. Burnt, patchy, bloated. Sorry existence for a black man here. There is no conversation with him from anyone but the conductor. The conductor holds his money in huge, flowery bunches, thousands and thousands of shillings that fan his passengers into submission. He's young, nimble, hanging out the side of the bus by one sinewy, taut arm. I saw him cracking raw eggs into his mouth like the Sarlacc before the Sunday match against Ludewa. Their journey over the mountains from Lake Malawi is truly long. Not one single road worth marking on paper, but they can dance. Like some cut-off arm of evolution, they do it differently from the other villages. Longer swoops, tighter routines, sweeter voices like West End pros. The conductor has 3 teeth, dangling like bags on an overhead rack. Unconsciously I've picked a hole in the death seat. Foam spews, spatters, crumbles in my restless, withdrawn fingers. Bigger villages now, and fewer stops. Always space for one more, though. Always space where there is no space, whatever we do with the bags, the people, the sickly children, the chickens. The conductor joins me. Up front, about his takings. We're along now the fast road, downhill, out of gear. Those low-hanging banana trees bounce. Occasionally a child runs alongside, pointlessly. Abandoned. It's 8 a.m, and it seems as if the world has always been. Holy places leap, arms outstretched, and water tanks the size of English houses sit on stilts, gaping at the poverty. Scars are everywhere. The head boy in Lugarawa showed me his chest, covered in scars like sultanas or teardrop molasses. His father did it, he told me, proudly. Becoming a man is different here, there, and every other where. Can I see the scars the girls carry under their skirts, in their minds with their parents, explicitly complicit, proud. Becoming a woman is always painful, shameful, distinct, indistinct. Only prostitutes smoke and Zungu. In the town so very far from here, the sex workers operate in hotels alongside regular guests. A mosquito lands on my arm, so I hit it hard. An explosion of deep, dark blood. I recognise more of the world around me now as landmarks emerge. There's that school, there's that Catholic church the size of an aircraft hangar, and there's that house with the big red cross across its door. Government will knock it down soon. At 8:30 a.m. we move from mud to tarmac, and so now the holes must be avoided. The driver loves it, laughing like the drunk he is. No more stops till Njombe. The death seat is never such an appropriate name as now, and thinking is too far from sanity for me. Ukimwi, scream the billboards that wave us up the road. Abstain, be faithful, condoms. Abstain, be faithful, condoms. Ukimwi, ukimwi, ukimwi. Rife is the wrong word altogether. It's in your face if it's not in your blood. Like cocaine at a party, it's a brash, bullying alpha male, an arsehole stinking the place out. I spot a cow, withdrawn, lanky and dry, pull a cart into a petrol station. I see goats in a pen and a solitary pig, broad and long and wide, a big barrel of an animal, ready to be stuck. Then some cliches. Women carrying sacks of rice on their head. Children barefoot, barely clothed, swollen bellies, swatting flies. I see one child with a bike wheel and a stick. He looks so Victorian. The driver hits his horn when we are close. It's 8:55 a.m. It's cold in Njombe, like in anywhere bigger than a village. People don't say hello, and I prepare to be one of several Mzungus once more. The bus station is wide, and halfway blocked up already. Never arrive on time, Mzungu, on the way back. We leave when we're full, boy. 9 a.m.